Welcome to Game 4 of Round 1 against the Nashville Predators, and with Thatcher Demko still out of the lineup with an injury, it was backup goalie Casey DeSmith starting his third game in a row for the Canucks. Never mind, DeSmith is injured now too. So it was the 23-year-old ARTÜRS ŠILOVS starting in net for the Canucks, but somehow, despite having played less than 10 career NHL games, the Latvian goaltender didn't seem very nervous.
Time to shine, you know?
But that's because ŠILOVS is no stranger to pressure. In the 2022 IIHF Ice Hockey Championship, he backstopped the Latvian national team to their first ever medal and was named MVP of the entire tournament. This kid is a big game player, so I wasn't nervous either. But it was nice to see him stop the first few pucks that came his way, each one a little more challenging than the last. Then Brock Boeser scored. But check this out. That goal came from a perfectly executed set play off the faceoff. The plan was to make the Predators forget about Boeser, but how on earth are they gonna do that? The dude scored 40 goals this year. I'll tell you how. It all hinged on whether JT Miller could win the faceoff or not. If he didn't, the plan was off. But if he did, here's what they were gonna try to do. After winning the draw back to Carson Soucy, Miller is gonna make himself open by skating in a beeline to the middle of the ice. When Soucy gets the puck, Ian Cole is going to wind up for a slap shot to make it look like the play is to pass it to him, when really, the plan is for Soucy to thread a pass through to Miller. Meanwhile, the combination of Cole winding up and Miller skating to the middle should force the Nashville defenders to focus all of their attention away from Boeser, whose job is to just stand still, quiet as a mouse, and if all goes correctly, he should be left wide open and ready to receive a pass from Miller. Now, watch this work of art unfold.
Face-off win for JT Miller. Soucy into the slot. Miller near side. Boeser scores!
Absolutely beautiful. 1-0 Canucks. Nashville scored 2.5 minutes later, but I don't care because during their celebration, Jeremy Lauzon knocked Elias Pettersson to the ice, which is one of the most disrespectful things you can do in sports. Remember this moment, okay? Remember this textbook display of unsportsmanlike conduct from Lauzon, because I wouldn't be surprised if the Canucks have something to say about it in Game 5. 1-1. Then Roman Josi took a puck to the head and the Preds tried to break the rules by continuing to play him despite blood pouring out of his ear, but the referees caught on fairly quickly and demanded he go get stitches. ŠILOVS continued tending the goal nicely with a noticeably calm swagger. The Predators kept going after Hughes and they got him a few times, especially here, but don't worry, I don't think Quinn's winces indicate an injury. I think it's more likely he got the wind knocked out of him, but still, stop it, okay? No more! I've had enough! Also, I just want to say that I think Ryan McDonagh dislocated his shoulder on this play. I'm no doctor, so take this with the biggest grain of salt you can imagine, but look how he stuck his left arm out to brace himself right as Dakota Joshua made contact with a big open ice hit. Either way, McDonagh kept playing, so it's kind of a null point, but I thought it was interesting and I'm going to keep it in mind while watching Game 5. ŠILOVS continued to make big saves, proving that no matter who's in net, this Canucks team is good. Nikita Zadorov made Luke Evangelista pancakes. Then Tyler Myers took a puck right to the nose and was down on the ice for a bit, leaving his poor mother terrified, but he's a hockey player, so obviously he got up, shook it off, and didn't even miss a shift. The Predators started the second period strong and really had the Canucks on their heels, but thanks to some big saves from ŠILOVS, the score didn't budge. In fact, a dead-tired Pius Suter made a great play at the blue line to alleviate the pressure, but was too out of gas to capitalize on the breakaway he created for himself. Still 1-1. But then the Predators got a 2-on-1 and Gustav Nyquist buried his first of the series. 2-1 Nashville. Then Filip Hronek got called for holding, but in my opinion it was a good penalty to take because he may have saved a goal there. Plus, the Canucks had killed off 12 Nashville power plays in a row at that point, and I think Hronek was willing to take that chance. And it worked out, thanks to Teddy the Boogeyman Bluger, Phil DiGiuseppe, Elias Pettersson, Tyler Myers, and Carson Soucy. The Canucks killed off their 13th penalty in a row. Oh, and then Miller fell on his ass in the crease and passed it with ease in tight from his pooper right to Pius Suter, who shot it past Saros but not past the far post, still 2-1 Nashville. Then Saros robbed Nils Big Hog Hoglander of his first career playoff goal. Again. Then Zadorov crushed Josi. Again. Then ex-Canuck Anthony Beauvillier got robbed by a Canucks goaltender. Again! Bluger bought Ryan O'Reilly a one-way ticket to Iceland, but Teddy's a nice guy, he sent Ryan's buddy Gustav with him too. Now, the Canucks were only down by 1 headed into the third period, and in my books, that means it's still anybody's game. However, it only took the Predators 12 seconds to make it 3-1, turning it into their game to lose rather than anybody's to win. And that's when things started looking pretty down for Vancouver. I mean, just look at the control Nashville had in the third period. This is valuable comeback time for Vancouver being wasted. The Predators looked hungry and the Canucks looked tired. But do you guys remember what I said in my last video and have been saying all year? The Vancouver Canucks are good. Stop giving up on them. You guys think I'm stupid enough to go against my own advice? No. Watch this. The Canucks pulled ŠILOVS and go 6-on-5, and then this happened.
Miller, Lindholm, across, Besser scores!
Brock Besser scores his second goal of the game to bring the Canucks within 1 goal with less than 3 minutes left in the game. Oh, yeah. So what do they do next? Same thing. Pull ŠILOVS, get the extra man out there, and try again. However, this time it didn't quite work the same way. Colton Sissons got a clean look at the empty net and made no mistake shooting it right off the post to keep the Canucks alive. Wait, what? So what, are you going to tell me the Canucks are going to pull the goalie again and put Zadorov out as the extra man and somehow not only gain the zone but set up exactly how they want, and then Quinn Hughes at the tail end of a 2.5-minute shift is going to find the strength to keep the puck in and the play alive and even deke the fuck out of Nyquist, breaking his ankles in the process, allowing him the time and space to pass it back to Petey, who will then pass it to Miller so Miller can somehow thread the puck like a needle through the sprawling legs of Yossi and O'Reilly right to an open Brock Besser in front of the net, who's going to have less than 10 seconds to corral the puck and find a way to get it past Saros, and by some miracle he's actually going to do it, tying the game at 3 with 6 seconds left, becoming the first Canuck player to get a playoff hat trick since Trevor Linden did it 28 years ago? Yeah, that is what happened. Let's hear John Shorthouse's call, because that was crazy what I just did.
Miller shoots, tipped on goal, rebound, Besser scores, a hat trick!
Yeah, that was insane. I concussed myself celebrating. I banged my head so hard on the ceiling and then on the ground and then on the table on purpose. I was just really excited. I don't know if I even feel comfortable telling you what happened in overtime. In fact, I don't want to. Thanks to these amazing nuckheads for supporting the channel by clicking the join. Okay, I'll show you what happened, but for safety purposes, I'm gonna stand in another room while this plays.
Joshua in the corner, lets it go for Garland. Centers, Lindholm scores!
Elias Lindholm scores in overtime, and the Canucks win 4-3. They take a stranglehold on the series, 3-1. Game 5 is tomorrow in Vancouver. Thanks to these wonderful nuckheads for supporting what I do by clicking the join button. Thank you for watching. I'll see you on Wednesday. Bye. Ow.